Welcome back, everybody. My name is Daylin, and you are tuning into the StrikeX Lounge. Now, today's update is an exciting one. It's another V2 update within the StrikeX wallet, and it's awesome because it's cross-chain swaps. So this isn't just a swap between BSC. This isn't just a normal trade. What you're doing is actually taking something on another network and swapping it across chains. So, for example, if you want to, say, swap Bitcoin for Ethereum, that's a bit of a process, or Solana for Matic. You have to go across chains. Now, in most cases, what you would do is you would take that crypto from your wallet and you'd send it to a centralized exchange. Now, that could take a ton of time, hours, sometimes even days in the worst case scenario. Then, once you're on your centralized exchange, you then swap it for whatever, say Ethereum for Bitcoin. Well, sometimes that can take a ton of time depending on how congested the network is. Then you have to send it back to your wallet. That takes a ton of time, and of course you have that whole process of copying the right address, making sure you're sending it back to your wallet and the right wallet on the centralized exchange. Again, not a fun experience. But this update allows you to do all of that within the StrikeX wallet, and it's super fast. Depending on what network you're using, if you're swapping into the Solana network, if you're swapping into the BSC network, Base, Matic, all those can be extremely quick, and this can be a 2-minute process rather than hours or days even. Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum take a little bit longer, and there's higher fees on those networks, but again, all done within the StrikeX wallet. Fast, simple, and easy. And it's amazing because the fees that are involved are very competitive. So it's not like you're getting these high fees. It's not the highest. It's very competitive with the lowest fees it can possibly be, making it, again, you're all in one place to do all of your crypto trading. So with that, we're actually going to jump into the StrikeX wallet. We're going to go through a few transactions. I'm going to show you the process of swapping between networks and how long it takes. Again, it's not instant, but it's way faster than sending it to a centralized exchange. And again, some of those networks are extremely fast, like minutes, 2 minutes sometimes. All right, we are now in the StrikeX wallet. You can see that I'm on the home page right now with the little home at the bottom. Down next to the home, there's a little swap button with the 2 circles swapping into each other. We're gonna go ahead and click on that, and that's gonna bring up the swap crypto page. I'm gonna go ahead and select a crypto to swap into. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna choose Polygon, so Matic. And I want to swap that into, let's do BNB, Binance Smart Chain. And I'm gonna do about 35%. Now, swapping into these two, you'll notice that the fees are fairly low, $7.67 to $7.52. So again, low fees, and it's a lot faster on this network. So we're gonna go ahead and click continue. That's just gonna load, review your swap. We got slippage, conversion rate, gas fee, and provider fee. Happy with that. Now I can click Face ID. Perfect, swapping your crypto. You are receiving $7.52 of BNB on the Binance Smart Chain. And that's only gonna take a few minutes to go through. It's really quick. So now we'll go back to the swap page. I'm gonna select a different currency. All right, so now I've gone and tried to swap Matic into StrikeX, but you'll notice it says currency StrikeX is not supported. So the process for swapping another chain into StrikeX is you just take whatever it is, for example, Matic, and you swap it into BNB and then BNB to StrikeX. Really quick, just an extra step involved just because StrikeX is on the Binance Smart Chain. So you just have to do it like that. Okay, moving on. For our next swap, we're gonna go and we're gonna swap a little bit of Matic into the Solana network. So I can click on that Ethereum and I can go over until I see Solana at the end. Now if that's selected, I can type in Sol and just give it a second. There it is. Solana pops up. Perfect. Matic, and I'm swapping into Solana. So let's do 50%. 50% on the money. You can see that the fees are very low in comparison to, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum because those networks have so much in gas fees. But we have about 85 cents or so in fees. And if I go ahead and click continue, it'll load. Just give it a second. Review your swap slippage, about 34 cents, and then gas fee and provider fee, 76 cents. So really not that bad in comparison. Of course, I'm using a smaller amount, so this takes up a bigger percentage in comparison. If you were doing $100, $1,000, you really wouldn't see it as much. So I'm gonna click swap. It's gonna go through, it's gonna load, swapping your crypto. You're receiving Solana. I'm gonna be receiving $6 of Solana, great. I'll go back and I'll click swap more assets. The Solana is now in our wallet. We've successfully swapped Matic for Solana, and now we're gonna go ahead and swap Solana into BNB. So now let's do 100%, so our max. So $5.41 of Solana into $5.16 of BNB. As you can tell, the fees are very low and the networks are a lot quicker. So I'm gonna click continue. It's gonna come up with Face ID. You can see that gas and provider fees, very low, 7 cents. The most expensive part really is that slippage. I'm gonna click swap, Face ID. It's gonna take a second, it's just gonna load. Perfect, swapping your crypto. You're receiving $5.16 of BNB. That is all done. Now we can go back to our home screen. We're just gonna wait for that to go through. Okay, we've now received our BNB from Solana, and we can even go into that transaction and just see how long that took because it was really fast. We can do show all, just gonna load for a second. And there it is, cross-chain. 1940 is when we swapped the Solana for BNB. And then 1942 is when we received our BNB for the cross-chain swap. So again, this is incredibly fast compared to sending it to an exchange, then having to deal with the time that it takes for that, and then the blockchain and everything, and then sending it back to your wallet. You're doing it all in one place incredibly fast. So it's convenient, it's easy, you can catch the dip or buy into whatever projects and don't have to worry about the hassle about sending it to other centralized exchanges. Again, some networks will take longer just because of those networks. For example, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they will take a little longer. That's nothing to do with StrikeX. Those networks just get more congested and they're just not built for a ton of speed. Now, on the other hand, networks like BNB, Solana, Base, Matic, those ones are a lot faster and you're gonna notice those transactions go through faster and the fees are a lot lower. So that is the process of using cross-chain swaps within the StrikeX wallet. It is so nice and convenient. You don't have to deal with centralized exchanges as much anymore. So go ahead, play with the feature. Again, if you're using a lower amounts, you will notice bigger hits with gas fees, and those are just because of that network. But if you're using a bigger amounts, you're not gonna see that percentage take up as much. Otherwise, it is a fantastic update, and this just really continues to make the StrikeX wallet the all-in-one crypto wallet for everything to do with crypto trading, holding, buying, and selling. So go ahead, try that feature out. If you haven't downloaded the StrikeX wallet, please go download it right now. And don't forget to follow us on our socials, join the Discord and the Telegram. With that, we will see you in the next video.